welcome to the Dillon Council Update. Happy holidays to everyone. I am Kerstin Anderson. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications for the town of Dillon here. I am here with Mayor Kevin Burns.
Hey everybody.
Hi, Kevin. Yeah, hi. We are here at Einstein Bagels in Dillon, enjoying a fresh coffee and some freshly made bagels. Welcome.
So I think, we'll just get things rolling. This is kind of our end of the year wrap up. We'll just kind of go over a few, some of the many things that went on in Dillon in 2015, give folks sort of that last council update
Big
for
hurrah.
the year. Yep, exactly. So, I think it probably makes the most sense to go over just some of the happenings in Dillon throughout the year. So, we did have some businesses open in the town, right? So, Dickey's Barbecue, Denver Mattress, and we actually have an exciting project that we're hopefully going to be talking about a lot in 2016, which is Miller's looking to develop the area in front of our movie theater just up the road from us now. And I think there's going to hopefully be a lot more news about that coming up quickly, but that's going to be potentially a lot of new business activity in the town of Dillon, and hopefully some great amenities for residents and visitors alike.
A hot spot as we see so many people in town and around at the businesses this holiday season and all through the summer, really.
Yeah.
So, which brings us to that we had a really great year this year in terms of budget.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as regular viewers of the program know, we get our updates on our sales tax a little bit late, but we do have the numbers for October, and sales tax is up 24.5% or $78,000 for October, which brings us up 13.7% or $598,000 for the year, which is obviously remarkable. I think that's a trend that you're seeing in a lot of areas like ours that are really tourist driven. People are we've kind of come out of the recession a little bit here, and people are feel pretty good about where they're at. They're coming up and spending money and enjoying themselves, which is great for us. So.
And so what that means that all of our funds are in really great shape for the 2015 season. It puts us in a really good position moving forward to work on projects. And we were able to take last year's budget and accomplish a lot of things here in town, Kevin.
Yeah, so we have a great list of projects that we were able to complete in 2015, and a lot more on the way for 2016. Some of the stuff people might have noticed in 2015, we did a digital sign installation. Anybody who drives into Dillon is going to see that. Great way to communicate about events as well as sort of traffic and safety information. Nonprofit organizations have been able to utilize that to communicate with the public, and there's just there's so many cars that come up the highway into Dillon, and we're able to capture that kind of audience now, which is fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The Marina Park landscaping project we were able to complete this summer. We had a grand opening around the 4th of July, and it's been that's been wildly successful.
Voted the best park.
Yeah, voted the best park.
Summit Daily.
We're very proud of that. Ensign Drive reconstruction project we were able to complete. That's something that had been on the kind of on the horizon for a while. Part of a long-term road reconstruction project. That was a huge piece of that to complete. We still have a little bit more in the reconstruction project to do, but that was a big one. That's a road that's particularly utilized by local residents, so we wanted to make sure that was done for our full-time kind of year-round folks there. And then we did a big rec path resurfacing. Yep. From Tenderfoot to Summerwood. That's something we were able to partner with county government on and get that complete. I use that to do my own jogging, see people biking on all the time. It's something people really seem to appreciate and absolutely love.
Also voted a best in Summit.
Yep, absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. Lots of stuff that we continue to do. Concrete and asphalt repairs are always ongoing. With the additional funds, we're able to accelerate some of those improvements. So we do hear from people all the time, like, how do you make sure that that the downtown area stays beautiful? That's kind of how we do it, and we're happy to be able to use additional funding to make sure everything's in as great shape as possible. New water storage tank. I love to talk about this every single time I do an update. It's actually been completed. We're filling it with water, and then in 2016 we're going to have a whole new set of updates as we take away the old water storage tank. So it's going to be great. I just like.
You never get enough.
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
Water tank.
Amphitheater master plan project. We did put out a bid for a contract. That's been rewarded. As regular viewers know, that's kind of been an ongoing process. Taking designs from before the recession, updating those, getting community input. working on that. We're hopefully going to have a lot more exciting news on that one in 2016.
Yeah, and that was such a fun project to work on. We invited members, stakeholders in the community. So we brought in the Dillon Business Association. We brought in users of the amphitheater. We brought in homeowners, and we got their initial feedback before pen was ever put to paper in terms of a design. And so now they've taken that. We should have some drawings in a week or two here, and then we'll do a whole nother round of community input.
Yep, absolutely. Kind of along those lines, we did have a disc golf course get completed and open up this summer. That was Mayor Pro Tem Scavere's sort of brainchild, and I know he's very proud of that.
We made their calendar this year, so there's the disc golf company that's sort of the premium, and Dillon is featured right in there, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have already had a 150-person tournament. Hopefully, you're going to have many more of those in the future. This is one that I'm really proud of. The cemetery master plan was completed. That's something that our volunteer cemetery advisory committee really sort of took ownership of and wanted to see happen. Just a great way to sort of steward and protect a really important town asset for years to come. I think there's some really smart amenities that the plan calls for in the future, and something that really means a lot to a lot of longtime residents here, to make sure that we're doing a good job of protecting and planning for the future with.
Those plans are amazing.
Yeah. And then we did do tennis court resurfacing. I've heard some good feedback from folks using that afterwards. That's we obviously have a big a larger town park master plan that calls for additional features and everything. But until then, you want to make sure that you're maintaining what you have to the best of your abilities, and that's a big part of that.
So speaking of that town park master plan, we are kicking off design work for that, and we were able to do another really cool community outreach program. And in this case, we brought in the preschoolers from Lake Dillon Preschool and the Montessori preschoolers, and we went down to Dillon Valley and talked to the fifth graders there, and we really got the word on what this park should look like and what the play features should look like at the street level. And I mean, it was cool to see these kids talking about features that they wanted and watch their imaginations take off.
Yeah, that was an amazing process. We're so glad that we were able to do that, and I think it's gonna result in a really great set of features that obviously that's gonna be kid approved. So that's awesome. So I think looking ahead to 2016, we have finalized our budget. As again, anybody who watches us regularly has heard many updates about that. We start in August and basically go all the way up into September, going through the budget process. So we do have a final budget. You can go on townofdillon.com and look at it if you want to see the details. But of particular note, we do have $3.1 million in capital projects allocated for 2016, which is actually 20% of the sales tax that we take in. So you can see how there's that connection between visitors who come up here and spend money in town and the actual work that we're able to do in the town to sort of improve it for residents and visitors alike. Some of the major projects we have going, the amphitheater master plan, which we mentioned, we are gonna work on park signage this year. That's something that we've been talking about since I was actually a volunteer on the Parks and Rec Advisory Council, some years ago.
Check it off your list.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll get to have seen that kind of through fruition at least, which will be great. This is the next one is really cool. It's one that I like. We do a lot of outreach into the community. We go to a bunch of HOA meetings, and one of the pieces of feedback we got from those HOA meetings was to add some stairs on the rec path down into the marina to help alleviate some congestion in certain areas along the waterfront. Anybody who's there in the summer can see it gets pretty hopping. So that's actually something that we took note of, decided to add that to our capital project list, and it's something we're gonna have done this summer. So we'll be able to sort of directly service folks who come up and live up here and visit up here.
That's another one of those things that's part of the comprehensive plan, that connection between town core and the marina that's so huge. So another thing that we're making progress on.
Yep, absolutely. Then we do have the reconstruction of Lodgepole Street from Marina to Lake Dillon Drive, including a water main replacement. Again, that's part of that street reconstruction project that the town's been working on for years, and another piece to check off the box. It's very exciting. We have emergency power at the water plant that we're adding. We're going to purchase some additional rental boats, and we're going to do disc golf and rec path improvements. Just always try to make sure that those sort of outdoor amenities are taken care of. One exciting piece I can let people know about is we're going to have no change in fees for the water capital fee or sewer charge. We look at that every year. We do assessments every few years just to make sure that we're where we need to be, and we're happy that we really haven't had to do any major drastic changes for several years now, which is great. Water volume rates will go up 2% to cover water operational costs. That's pretty typical.
Right.
And then
So something affecting the budget that will be part of a ballot question next April also has to do with our streets and our street improvements. And so why don't you talk to us a little bit about that, Kevin?
Yeah, so for any longtime residents or anyone who's around knows that we do have the reconstruction project that we've mentioned here a couple times now is paid through a special tax that's designed specifically to go to those capital projects, those street reconstruction funds. It was passed shortly before the recession. Unfortunately, as a result of the recession, we weren't able to collect as much money as we were anticipating, and so because of that, our reconstruction program's a little bit behind. One of the reasons we're so excited we do get something checked off the list.
Yeah.
We're going to come to voters in April and ask them to extend that tax indefinitely. It's not a tax increase. You won't pay a penny more than what's there already, but that'll allow us to finish up this reconstruction project, and then really critically, it'll allow us to use that funding to for the maintenance of those roads, so we don't have to go through this major capital expenditure ever again with the town.
And it really protects us so that we have funding in a down economy again. So.
Yeah, I came on council at the tail end of the recession, back when we were having to be really smart and creative to figure out ways to get out of the red in our budget, and it took a lot of work to protect the infrastructure maintenance that really saves us a lot of money in the long run. And having something like this that helps sort of ensure that the dollars go there, just really it makes it easy for future councils, even in tough times, to make sure that the critical infrastructure is being maintained. So we'll look for that on the ballot in April. We'll be doing a lot of community outreach to talk about that, and I certainly look forward to answering any questions and talking with the community on that as we move forward.
And we can do that at our community chats, right? So those are meetings that we have throughout the year. We invite people to come in with no set agenda to just really have access to their council members and talk about things that are important to you, the viewer.
Yeah.
So we had been doing those on a quarterly basis. We're looking to have 2 of those in the next year, and then and really also have a lot more or continued community outreach like we've done with the amphitheater, like we've been doing with the amphitheater and the other programs. So that's a great opportunity to come talk to you about ballot questions and in April. The other thing that's going on is that we're going to have a couple of seats up for re-election in April. So please reach out to us if you have any questions. Our town manager or financial director are happy to talk to you and sit down with you and see if you are interested in running for a position on council.
April's an exciting month in town government for sure.
Certainly is. So that moves us to the marina, and the marina had absolutely a fantastic year. They were hopping down there. People really were renting boats. They loved the stand-up paddleboard. We did a women and wine on the water. How's that for some alliteration?
That's awesome.
With the W, and that was really well received. So we are hoping to do more of that next year. And of course, they did some improvements down there as well.
Yeah, the improvements take place all over the town. The marina is always something that we try to do a lot of improvements year over year through sort of that waterfront, the gem of Dillon, and we want to make sure that we're maintaining the facilities we have down there and improving them. So we did do parking lot paving and striping, which we completed this fall. I've heard a lot of great feedback from that. It's it looks great down there. Really makes it accessible for folks. Maximizes sort of the space down there. It's definitely helped a lot with some of the congestion issues we had in past years. Did get 4 new pontoon boats for the rental fleet. I always want to just always making sure that you have sort of the best in class available for rentals. It's good to kind of keep that reputation up.
We see a ton of people using those pontoons. We see families having a barbecue out there. I saw a crazy bachelor party out there last summer, something I can't get back, show my eyes from, but it was great. They were having a lot of fun. So it'll be great to be adding to that fleet.
Absolutely. We did do a parking lot light installation. One of the things I know Bob's wanted to do for a lot of years is be able to kind of extend hours a little bit, be able to operate safely down there, even as the sun starts going down, and that's really allowed us to open up some hours and be able to let activity continue down there, even as it gets dark out, which is fantastic. Marina opened 3 weeks earlier this spring than normal. We were really fortunate with the way weather patterns worked out, and by the time the ice melts on the lake, people are ready to get their boats in the water. So as soon as we can open up, that's always fantastic. We did have additional marina operating hours for the summer of 2015. As I said, that was largely thanks to the improvements we were able to do. We were able to stay open until 8 o'clock on weekends. So we look forward to seeing that program continue.
And that's really awesome to be able to be down at the marina and then transition up to the free concerts at the amphitheater. So great addition.
Absolutely. And we have added a marina paving project using some of the additional sales tax I mentioned earlier. And that's, again, just another example of when we have those resources, how we can sort of reinvest into the town and make sure that people are seeing the improvements they want to see actually happen as quickly as possible.
So let's talk about our year in redevelopment, Kevin.
always excited to do that.
It is. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I guess we'll start with, we actually have the first thing that coming back to an old project. So the Gateway project is condos and local housing with retail on the first floor. And that was in front of P&Z, and it's going in front of council next week on January the 5th. So if you have interest in that project, please come out and join us at council meeting on the 5th.
Yeah, this is actually it's interesting sort of strategically. As a council member, you have to stay pretty removed from that because it's a quasi-judicial process, and so those meetings are really the chance. We ask the community to come out. That's when they can come and speak to any particular project like this. That's how we can hear. We have to come in with sort of an unbiased mind about this, and then make a ruling there during that meeting. So we always encourage people to participate in this process. It's really meaningful, and hopefully it leads to sort of an exciting result at the end of it. So
we'll see you on January the 5th. Yeah. The other thing that was that we did with development this year is we launched an RFP for a couple of lots that are abutting Labonte Street there, and we had some interest from the community. So based on requests from those parties, we've extended that deadline for them getting final plans to us.
And I think we're waiting kind of any day now, hopefully, to hear back from some of the folks who've expressed interest. And I think again, 2016 hopefully be an exciting year. We'll be talking more about the results of that RFP, and then moving on. There's we've been looking at the entire downtown core area. How do we develop and redevelop that? How do we encourage existing business owners to look at their properties in a sort of in a forward-looking way? What kind of opportunities can be found there? And we're working on ways to sort of strategically outreach to the local development community here, down in Denver. There's obviously a process of sort of community outreach that goes hand in hand with any of the sort of legal technical elements of this, and we've been getting great citizen feedback on that. And I think we're excited to see that process move forward. I think in the coming months, again, we're going to be reaching out to different stakeholders and putting together programs to see what we can do. What's the best way to strategically look at some of that land, and how do we work with some of those stakeholders out there and see some exciting stuff happen in Dillon. So. Trying to think, Kerstin, what else do we have here?
Well, I mean, that really brings that to my world. So along with development and redevelopment, animation and events are a key component of our town identity. And we had a fantastic summer. I mean, I know you were at a lot of the events. We kicked the season off with the Dillon Farmers Market every Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that was a great event. I mean, thousands of people come every week. I know I had such a great time out there. I did a lot of surveys throughout the summer and had a real chance to talk to people and find out exactly what they love about that market. So we'll be bringing back the best of that.
Air show, June 13th, right? That's kind of become the sort of the kickoff to summer in Dillon. Doubled in size this year. The excitement for that event is it's sort of off the charts. You get the whole in a time of year that traditionally has been a little quieter in Dillon. You see the town flooded with people, tons of locals. I think it's sort of that mentality of, as people are sort of shaking off the rust from being cooped up with snow, or not being able to get out and enjoy the lakefront like that. Everybody likes to come out, beautiful weather, and see some tremendous. Some tremendous talent fly
acrobatic flying loops, and I think you're right that it really got this forward momentum going, and it just felt like Dillon hit the ground running throughout that whole early summer and beyond. You know, we had the Beer Fest that was back and also a big success. We kicked off our concert series with Robert Randolph, so that was tons of fun. We have NRO on the 4th of July, which is a community favorite. We had the U.S. Pro Cycling Challenge for the first time.
That was incredible. Again, sort of that energy of this, being able to bring everybody downtown for this incredibly exciting athletic event. You know, it's the pictures alone as bikers are going down Lake Dillon Drive was tremendous, and
it's amazing how close you can get to those guys.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And so right now, you were just at the Lighting of Dillon, another really great event. We partner with the Dillon Community Church. It's a great space that everyone can come to. The decorations are beautiful. We have the Summit Middle School there, and singing, and just so much fun, and we have to give so much thanks to
Dillon Community Church, local businesses, Pug Ryan's and Lake Dillon Tavern particularly provided
free
food, the traditional Christmas hot dog. The middle school's out. I'm sure CMC provides free swag for folks. I'm sure I'm missing one or two, but it's really it's an event where everybody comes together. It makes it really special. I found since I'm mayor, I get to throw the light switch up. It's always fun recruiting some kids to help with that, so I always enjoy that. Then I think just looking forward to next year, the big thing I want to mention is we do have we do have a new athletic event that's going to be coming up. Maybe you want to talk for a minute about that.
The triathlon. So first ever of its kind event is going to be held right here in Dillon, September 10th. And we will have athletes swimming in the reservoir. The bike route will take us up to Montezuma and back, and then they'll be running on the rec paths, basically out to the nature, along the nature preserve and back. So we have some members. I think our police chief is going to participate. I think it's safe to say we firmly will be cheering on from the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm good at cheering. So, and then I think all the stuff we just ran through, the beer fest, the air show, our farmers markets. Those will come back. We try to improve them every year. Find different ways to excite people, kind of who come back year after year. So we look forward to being able to start announcing those stuff as 2016 rolls off. And I know you have a pretty exciting set of things that you're going to be announcing.
Yeah. So we are really close on our Friday and Saturday night concerts this next year. So we'll have that schedule up in the next few weeks, and really we're looking to Friday nights are going to be a great event for locals, having the tried and true music that we've loved boogieing to down there, and then Saturday nights is going to be better than ever. Lots of dance music, lots of the tributes. Hopefully we're going to be able to bring the Michael Jackson tribute band back.
Absolutely.
So
it's crazy seeing the snow on the ground and thinking about next summer's programming already. But
I'm thinking about next summer and next winter. It's been so excited to be out at the bonfires and thinking like, all right, how do we work with the DBA? How do we as a town even raise the ante on this? And so our last bonfire is January the 8th. We have a puppet show at the Lake Dillon Theater Company at 5 p.m. that night. Go out to the bonfire, get your marshmallow that's basically as big as your head, pretty much. And then if you need to warm up, stop off at the Schoolhouse Museum and visit the Summit Historical Society, make a craft, have a glass of wine, and enjoy yourself.
So I think that there's always more you can talk about for any year in the life of a town, but I think that covers some of the highlights of 2015. Hopefully, give some folks sort of a taste of what 2016 is going to look like. And I just want to say, it's been great serving with all the council members, working with staff, and being able to be involved in this community. It's always such a passionate, engaged group of folks, sort of from all different groups, residents, visitors, everything. And it was a fantastic 2015 because of that. And I think 2016 is going to be that much even better. So I just want to say thanks for watching for the year, everybody, and hope you have a great time.
Yeah, Happy New Year.